Hello there. Just going for a nighttime walk. It's very cold. Whew. You can just about barely see my feet there as I'm walking along. Okay, actually I'm not going to, when the grass is too wet. So a little energy update for you from Avine and the Angels. We've just wrapped up eclipse season. We've post-eclipse energy now. You may have been surprised, shocked, rocked, knocked off balance by those energies, and hopefully by now you've had a bit of downtime, a bit of soothing energy, a bit of support to help you recalibrate and settle back down after the cosmic dust being kicked up with those eclipses. And I talked about in my recent video how we've gone through a time of incubation. So you might be feeling a little bit of melancholy, reflectiveness. You might be feeling just a general sadness or air of maybe darker emotions in the last few days, and that is your consciousness airing out any remnants of the chaos of the karmic cycle that you are now ending and completing. So take heart, because we have this Sagittarius moon coming up on the 23rd of November, and I really like the vibrations of this moon coming in. It's a very novel frequency. It feels fresh, it feels new. It's going to give you an opportunity to look at the challenges that you've come through, really dive deep into your transformation and begin to use this new perspective, this new consciousness in a way that you're able to actually implement in your everyday life moving forward for the next 6 months. So I keep getting the word fresh blood, fresh bloodline, new blood, or new blood pumping through your veins, that kind of image. But I also feel that's a message for someone. Maybe someone's going to find out they're pregnant, or somebody is going to find out they're becoming a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or something like that. But it's like when a new baby is born into a family, it brings in fresh blood, fresh energy, fresh soul, fresh perspective. And it can heal, it can uplift, it brings in a light, doesn't it? So that's the kind of energy and message I'm getting for this Sagittarius moon. You've had to commit to the choices you've made, wrapping up the end of this last recent timeline as we step into this new timeline. So whatever choice or decision you made, you're going to have to, that's probably why you're feeling a bit of melancholy as well, or a bit of just really reflecting on where you are and where you're headed, and also some of that like where you've been stuff, you know, which can get a bit heavy after a while until we receive in the fresh perspective and feel that we're actually 2 feet firmly on a new path. So this Sagittarian moon on the 23rd or 22nd, 23rd, I think, depending on where you are, you're going to actually be able to feel that path under your feet. So it won't just be this dreaminess, it won't just be this sense of dreaming up that dream, or or when I can actually wrap up the sadness of leaving or the grief of that decision. You're just going to be so done with grieving or with feeling like you don't quite know what the new path is like. You're actually going to feel it solid under your feet. So that will mean being able to take the new information, take the new consciousness, the new perspective, and focus that and actually begin to live that in your everyday life. Because eclipse season always sets a tone and a theme for the next 6 months ahead or more. So, whatever you've worked through, whatever you've come to learn, whatever choices you've committed to, you're going to get to see what that's like now. And you're going to really get a feel for it in a very visceral way. But you're also going to feel soothed by this Sagittarian energy coming into Sagittarius season. You're going to feel more support. And it's like what I said, preparing you in advance for this in my previous video. I said that passive feeling of waiting is ending now, and just begin to decide if you've been drowning in that melancholy or sadness. There comes a point where you can allow yourself to park it. You can say to yourself, okay, I need to just park that for now, and I want to get back to the land of the living. So that's a message for somebody. If you're wallowing, there comes a point where you have to say, that's enough wallowing now. But for most people, for most of the collective, it's not that you've been wallowing, but there's been this undertone, like a background, very subtle, perhaps sadness, or kind of a grieving of some kind. And that might just be the sense of loss as you leave that old chapter, that old story behind. And that's natural and that's normal. But thankfully, this Sagittarian energy will help to change and move and open the windows and clear the air, so to speak. So I hope you have a lovely Sagittarius season. If you enjoyed this message, if it resonates, if you can relate to what I'm talking about, leave a comment below and I will answer your comment as always. You can give me a like if you like. God bless.